Glad you could make it tonight. My name is George Bruno, also known as the Sultan of Silver in the hair industry, and welcome to the first edition of 2018's Beards Without Borders. It's going to be an interesting show. Stay tuned. Well, we're going to stay true to tradition and have a toast. Tonight is Yuengling Black and Tan. 25 years ago, this was actually my favorite beer. This was before there were microbreweries. And I remember saying that this was the best beer that I ever had. And it's not a real Black and Tan, but it sure is a good one. And the bottle was opened with a bottle opener, a gift from Don Juan the Piper. All of you pipers know who Juan Anaya is. And it will be, this is just like product placement. Product placement without borders. A pint glass from my friend and follower, Brett, on Instagram. And this is from Millstream Brewing Company, Amana, Iowa. So there we go. So we're going to put that in there. Welcome. Welcome to product placement without borders. Boy, we've come a long way, haven't we? All right. Let's just put this right here. So, cheers to all of you. And thank you for hanging in there with me when I had 100 followers. Now I think I'm probably at about 55,000. So, we're a little bit further along than we were last summer and the summer before. So, here's to you. So perfect. Seriously, so if you haven't tried Yuengling Black and Tan, just try it. And I know a lot of beer snobs are going to be like, oh, that's not real beer. And I'm like, whatever. Every time I do something on a video, someone says that. I had a guy actually get mad at me and said, you're a phony. I said, why? He says, you know nothing about cigars. And I said, why do you say that? And he says, because you keep the ring on when you smoke it. Or you take the ring, I forget. It was either keep it on or take it off, I forget. Whatever. Or I might light it with a Zippo or a Bic. And then the purists will say, always use cedar splints or a hemp wick. It's like you just can't win. So, you know what? I do what makes me happy. And if you like that, join me. Ah, so perfect. Maybe Millstream Brewing Company would like to sponsor Beards Without Borders. Tonight, I'm going to do a live, I'm recording this, and I'm going to do a live, probably a live stream on Instagram, where I fire up a pipe. This is the Sultanelli that I got. I am so now in the swing of sponsors. All right, snap out of it. This is the Sultanelli from thepipenook.com. Eddie Gray, how are you? 2 thumbs up. You can get this. This is actually a Savinelli 673 KS Roma, one of my favorite pipes in the whole world. And look at the inside of that. I don't know if you can see that. It's caking up so bad because I've smoked it so much. I actually need to get a couple more of these, because it is, when you find something that like just works so well, not just draw-wise, but mechanically, like, it just fits so perfect. And it's light enough to kind of, I like the bent, I'm not clenching it, I'm just kind of hanging it like this. So it's just kind of like this in my teeth. It's still kind of loose. But when I want to take a puff, then I just actually take a puff. But this pipe, man, I think I've given 100 years of smoking to it since I had it. You can get it from Eddie Gray at thepipenook.com. The Roma, Savinelli Roma 673. I call it the Sultanelli. Of course, I have to put the word Sultan on everything. One day at work, you guys know Chrissy at work. She's a gal that I work with. And she has been in some of my videos, and one day she referred to herself as the Sultress, and I thought, oh wow, this is really going too far. But she gave that name to herself. What else do we have here tonight? Let's see. We have a golf tee tamper. Scott from Aristocob. This is like commercial breaks. I have the Toker Poker. This is a gift from Don Juan the Piper. But I put my own hemp wick on it to please the hemp wickers. This is a knife from one of my favorite friends who is, how shall I put it? Oh, he also sent me this ashtray from the Owl Liquor Store in Winter Haven, California. It says, to keep the party going when you leave here, visit Owl Liquor Store, 2 doors west of the Owl Club. He sent me this ashtray. I don't know if he intended it to be in the videos. And he also sent me this knife as well. So I use that just to cut plugs of tobacco. But he's probably assassinating somebody right now. He works for some kind of covert forces or something, and he comes onto the radar and off the radar and that type of thing. What else do we have here tonight? I have, this is from Bob Large, who's director of Bergen County Hog, North Jersey. One of my favorite Harley riders and a interesting man. He gave this to me last week after he sat in the chill chair. What else do we have here? And I'll be firing up the pipe during the live broadcast. Tonight I'm smoking a cigar. This is 2010 McBaron Plum Cake from 1972 Woodsman. You need to subscribe to his channel. Good fellow, patriot, outdoorsman. And then, of course, the a cob from John Keller. He made this for me, and when somebody makes you something, it's such an honor that someone was thinking of you when they made something. And this is a phenomenal smoking pipe, and you want to check his stuff out. It's JWK2366 on Instagram. Perfect smoker. Perfect. A 10 out of a 10. What else? Oh, tonight, probably in the live stream, this is 2 years ago. This is tobacco that I've been hanging in the Van Gogh room, and I'm going to put some of that in the pipe and just firing it up. It's aged. It smells absolutely heavenly. I haven't done anything to it. I just took it off of the little rack where it's hanging, and I'm going to put some of this in the pipe, and we're going to smoke a little homegrown tobacco. See how that goes. But before we do anything, one of my favorite cigars of all time is the Rocky Patel Vintage 99. Shall I use the guillotine or the notch cutter? I think I'll just do the notch tonight. Perfect. I don't need to mess around with the draw. Is absolutely perfect. Perfect. You know in movies where they always lick the cigar to seal it in? This one has been sitting in my humidor for at least 5 years. Let me take this. I'll take one of the rings off. That way I'll only freak out half the people. And I'm going to light it with a torch lighter just to really tick off some people. I'm not going to light it yet. I kind of, I like having a cigar just kind of hang out a little bit. And kind of tasting that unlit tobacco. Some people think that tobacco, when they think tobacco, they think like ashtray. They think like nasty. They think smelly. They think like bars and taverns. Tobacco is actually a very sweet smelling leaf. It's beautiful. It really is. And cigarette smoking really gives cigar and pipe smokers a bad rap. Like, for instance, like if you're a cigar smoker, for me, what do I smoke? Maybe 1 or 2 cigars a month, if that. I smoke pipes on a fairly regular basis, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, just puffing. I don't inhale anything. Any of the dark leaf, that is. And what's interesting about tobacco is many people who don't inhale don't consider themselves smokers. So when you fill out a form and it says, are you a smoker? And I'm always hesitant to say yes, only because I'm not inhaling anything. People say, well, what about oral cancer? Studies have been proven that if you're a pipe smoker, you live longer than non-pipe smokers. Look it up. Just Google pipe smokers living longer than non-pipe smokers. I don't know about cigar smokers. And joining us tonight, the co-host, right up, let's see, can you see it? Right about there is the zombie gnome in the background. He's a regular here, zombie gnome. I just dropped something up. Hold on. That was the bottle opener by Don Juan the Piper. Let's fire it up. Oh, gosh. I've had times where I've sat down with friends, had a cigar or pipe. Honestly, there might have been 10 words spoken as people are just puffing away and sipping on their spirits. I hope you're following me on Instagram, at George Bruno. And Twitter is different for me. Twitter is a manosphere channel for me. Political, traditional manhood, patriotism, which a lot of people outside the United States wouldn't really understand or probably enjoy. I don't know. I want to give a toast to people in law enforcement. I know I have a lot of LEOs, law enforcement officers, some in uniform, some not in uniform, local, state, federal, and even covert international people watching me. I just want to give you a toast and thank you for your service. I want to toast everyone who served in the United States military. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you. And for some reason, I had the occupation of truckers on my mind today. I was thinking about truckers and everything that you have on your body. This cigar, this beer, was brought to where you got it with a truck. Some day trip, or day drivers, I should say. Some over the road. Some are on the road constantly, sleeping in their trucks, sleeping in cheap hotels, sleeping in truck stops. And I do want to say this, that truckers make the world go round. And thank you for your service. I really do appreciate that. It's not something I could do or would want to do, but I definitely appreciate you. So this is for my trucker friends as well. There are some women that watch this, some in New York, some in Ohio, some in Canada. Thank you for watching, even though there's a lot of man content. I appreciate you being in the audience, I really do. And some of you that I've gone back and forth with, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Definitely. What a perfect pairing. The Yingling Black and Tan and a Rocky Patel. So perfect. Still a little bit chilly. Still a little bit chilly outside. I can't wait to be sitting out here in a t-shirt. And hearing the birds chirping. And watching the wild animals come up on the deck. There was one night where some feral cats came up on the deck. Raccoons. Possums. A fox. And deer in the backyard. And it was like a petting zoo or something here. It was just amazing. And in nice weather, I come out here a lot. And when it's cold out, I'm usually in the Van Gogh room because I don't smoke cigars or pipes in the house. Everything is outside or on the back deck or in the Van Gogh room, which is the half of a garden shed that I put a couple chairs and a table and some oil lamps and a propane heater in. It's where I go and chill. It's, for lack of a better term, a man cave, or a place where I kind of get away and do a lot of studying and reading and firing up and enjoying distilled spirits. But usually by midsummer, the animals are pretty used to me here. It's kind of fun. And they come right up. And if I don't move too fast, we kind of hang out. And I talk to them. It's interesting when you talk to an animal. Do you ever do this with your dog? When you talk to it, it kind of tilts its head like it's, like you know it's listening to you and trying to understand. And I feel that when I see the wild animals come up, and they don't run away quickly, and I talk to them, and it's almost as if when I make eye contact with them, then they kind of tilt their head a little bit. You kind of feel like they're your friend or something. Strange. And you start to recognize the same ones over and over. I do that with the birds. Certain birds will come here, and I recognize, and I start talking to them. And I'll be sitting here, and there's a bird on top of the fence at the other on the other side of the deck. And there's this one bird, I call him Bobby. Bobby, how are you? And he looks over at me and, are you having a good day today, Bobby? And it's just interesting. And he almost waits to respond to me. Or is that just the LSD talking? I don't know. Only kidding. I don't do LSD or mushrooms, although some people have told me I should try them. I kind of like my own reality. So she says to me, people actually watch this thing that you do. I said, yes, as a matter of fact, they do. She says, how many times have you done this? I said, I lost track. I have several hundred. I know I have over 700. I got about 750 videos somewhere in there. Many of them are Beards Without Borders. And she says, I find that interesting that people would do that. And I said, well, it tells you about the state of television. More people's eyeballs are on their mobile devices than are on TV. You know, in years ago, the three biggest networks were ABC, NBC, and CBS. Now the three biggest networks are Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. More eyeballs spend more time on those three than on television channels. It's a trip, isn't it? Florida is going to feel so good. If you get a chance, check out Yingling Black and Tan. Let me just show you the bottle real quick. I don't know if you can get it where you are. I like it. Don't let the dark color fool you. It's not a hardcore, like, stout tasting beer. It's much lighter than that. It does have more flavor than Yuengling Lager. A lot of people say, well, I don't like the dark beers. Don't let the dark fool you. It doesn't taste like a hardcore dark beer. And the Rocky Patel, vintage 99. How perfect. How perfect. Hey, for those of you that do fire up, do you fire up in the house? And what is your relationship like if you smoke a cigar or a pipe with the woman in your life? When you get near her, let's say you hug her or kiss her, does she say, go brush your teeth or go take a shower? Or what is it like for you? Put the comments down below. I'd love to hear what your personal relationship is like if you partake of cigars or pipes. What is it like for you? I won't give up. I'm a single guy. And I will not give up a cigar or a pipe because someone says, oh, I won't date a smoker, and unless you stop that, I won't date you, or we'll never have a relationship. Let me put it this way. I'm not MGTOW. I'm not a MGTOW guy. That's not who I am. But if she ever says, it's me or the cigar, I'm really going to miss her. Well, we've been with each other for about 30 minutes now. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to upload this. It's now Saturday night, the end of my work week. So this is my Friday night. What's like a Friday night to you that's how I'm feeling right now. It's the end of my work week. Thank you for spending time with me. You have a lot of choices out there, and you chose to spend some time with me. And I do appreciate that. And we'll bring back Beards Without Borders again. And we'll explore all kinds of topics in 2018. And if you have any topics that you're interested in as far as me addressing those issues, put your comments down below. I'm more than happy to do that. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button and then the little bell next to it. That way you know when this kind of content is uploaded. Bang the thumbs up button and then forward the video to someone who you feel would appreciate it or can appreciate this kind of content. It's not for everybody, I realize that. So I just want to say, like I usually do, peace be with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.